Hello, thank you everyone for joining Yoko's art exhibition online. Thank you, Yoko, for today. And Yoko lives in Thailand and she is Japanese. And she does this special art for even for the people who can't see, enjoy the art. Wait a second. Okay. Welcome, Yoko. And she's based in Thailand and she does this special art for the even for the people who cannot see. And here is Yoko. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me, and thank you for making your time to join here this early evening and maybe this afternoon. Uh, it's my pleasure to have this opportunity here with you all. This is Yoko-Sonya from Thailand today. So, shall we start?
Yes. We will be speaking English, but in the chat you can see the Japanese, what she is talking about. So first, Yoko, when did you start to make this art? Tactile art exhibition, and
Yes.
why you
Mhm.
started doing this?
Okay. It was 2018, I was invited by one of my friends to participate in a big design and art event in Jordan. The audience at the exhibition was from all over the world and different languages, different culture, and different age groups. Making an art piece tactile was not an aim for my art at that time. It was just I thought that would be effective way to share my message to the people from different backgrounds if it's tactile art. And they can experience something fun together and share it with their own experience, own perspectives to others. Because feeling a touch is our fundamental ability to experience something new since we were born. And during the preparation for the exhibition, I was focused on possibilities with tactile art. And I realized that the art scene was highly developed in only visually based art in our society. We are not allowed to touch most of the exhibits at the most of the museum in any countries. Then I was wondering, how about the visually impaired? How do they enjoy art in public space with others? Soon, I planned to tactile art exhibitions here in Chiang Mai and Japan 2019 because I just wanted to try it out. I have been very into tactile art ever since then.
Thank you so much. And the people who came to your exhibition, what was their feedback to you?
It was very interesting. People were not familiar with tactile art, so they were so careful to touch the exhibits. Most of the audience seemed like they were afraid to touch the object, and I could see their hesitations, which I understand because we have been forbidden to touch exhibits at almost any museum. But anyway, in the end, they enjoyed their new experience at my exhibitions. I was watching them and I felt they are like they were so cute, like as if I was watching children discovering something new to play with. Uh, a few of my audience politely refused to touch my art. I let them to touch and enjoy it, but they didn't touch any of my art pieces to the end. Just looked at the exhibits and left. It was their choice. I actually enjoyed human observation at my exhibitions.
And how about the people who couldn't see?
Um, there were only a few blinds whom I could talk to one-to-one. Their impression about my art was interesting, especially for the part where I carried the story behind. As I saw them, they used all their fingers to track where they were on the art piece. For me, listening to them sounded like reading a map of their world with their fingers. It was fascinating.
Okay, thank you so much. So now, soon we will see your art. But would you like to explain a little bit about this art?
Yes, this is actually one of the art pieces that I was supposed to exhibit in Jordan. The event in Jordan, consequently, I didn't participate in the end. Anyways, I started working on this piece in 2017, and this is still my ongoing work. It's glowing. These stars were made by Mon Hill tribe women a long time ago when they were still hand stitching these decorations for their New Year costume every year. Nowadays, Mon women don't have such a time or skill to create these decorations. They buy those stars, which are factory made at a local market. I simply like these decorations and story behind. So I've been collecting those and wanted to use them for something. I sewed those stars on a fabric by hand and filled the gap with embroidery sewed by a punch needle. It is an image of energy, especially energy of women gushing out.
Okay, it's exciting. And how about these socks with beans or rice they have prepared? What, why you wanted the people to prepare this thing?
Uh, Obviously, we cannot touch my art through this screen. The technology hasn't reached that level yet. So I wanted you to use your sense of feeling touch for dividing your focus from your side. You pay attention to your feeling grains. It might give you an interesting effect while you are looking at my art piece here. You might need more focus than ever on what you feel with your sight and your feeling touch. There are many different types of grains made out of thread and beads in my art because when I see colors, I see a collection of grains in similar colors. So for me, it feels natural to convert what I see in my imagination into what I see in the reality by creating mass of grains.
Okay. And also you prepared some music for this art. Would you like to explain about that too?
I want you to try using your listening while you are experiencing my art. So I prepared some music for you. I don't know how much you can concentrate on my art piece by listening to music at the same time, but let's just try it out. The music is created by one of my favorite monks. I normally enjoy listening to and chanting heartstrut or listening to techno music while I create something. Heartstrut is the most popular and well-known strut in Japan. I found my creative time with sutra music gives me the same effect as I meditate.
Okay, so now you will see Yoko and her art, and also I will play some music. So please enjoy. 創業式無限に未然心に無式証拠未足 Thank you very much. And maybe we can hear people's reaction maybe later. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the next exhibition. Would you like to explain about the next one?
Yes, this is my latest artwork. I've just sent those to the National Museum of Ethnology in Osaka, Japan this week. This work is for a special tactile exhibition that will be held in this autumn, September to December. Those three pieces are very plant-like. I am the one of those people who are attracted by the beauty of nature. Flowers have their perfect functional beauty. I don't think we humans can create something the same or more beautiful than this beauty in the nature by our hand. But I found another beauty that is in the same subliminous as the native beauty. That is the intention of curiosity to understand differences in others. People may not always see beauty with our eyes. We feel beauty. Today, we cannot do this, but at the exhibition place, you close your eyes and touch those pieces and imagine a flower in your mind. What is it like? Then share with someone next to you about the flower in your mind and what you felt by touching those objects. You might discover something you don't expect from the person and from yourself.
Thank you very much. And how about some difficulties or problem to do this kind of art exhibition?
The challenge is material durability. When people touch the art piece, of course, the touch gives dirt, oil, frictions on the surface. And also, unexpected way of touching might give the serious damage to the piece, especially when it's fragile material like textile, papers, or something natural. You really have to be aware of the condition. And another big challenge is understanding the perspective of what is interesting or fun from both the visual impaired and the people who see things. The visually impaired has their own way of having fun or finding a beauty, rather than imposing our values of beauty and joy on the visually impaired, even with a good intention. I would just create an opportunity to share what we imagine through art. So it's like cultural exchange on the stage of art.
Okay, thank you very much. And you are continuing to make this art. Why you did once or twice, but you are continuing. Why you are continuing?
Since I was a child, I've loved art. So it was a joy to explore many museums and art galleries whenever I go. But I've never seen any of the visually impaired when I was there in my life. If they are not interested in or dislike art, so then they don't come and visit the museum, that's great. But if they couldn't have enough opportunity to experience art, they cannot know what art is like. I think that is unfair. Of course, museum wouldn't refuse them to come, but the visually impaired and maybe also their families, friends, receives a sort of signal that they are not so welcoming in terms of what the museum offer for them there. For example, facilities, guides which could describe each of the exhibits for them, and of course, tactile exhibits. It feels as if they are just left behind. They should have a choice to like or dislike art from their own experience. So I don't create tactile art for the visually impaired. I create art with everyone who wants to experience it. One of the biggest reasons that I create tactile art is many conflicts in this world start from our ignorance. It could happen in between your family members, your friends, your neighbors. We are afraid to accept things that are different from ours because you don't want to be wrong with something you have been believing was right and something comfortable with. So we tend to imagine negative scenarios, making an action based on fear to protect ourselves and fix this world the right way you believe. In that sense, we are all on the same page, but with different stories we carry. If we could practice getting to know each other, especially what is different from yours with art or humor, it might help us to accept what we are with a little less tension. I can see it as a peaceful discussion. So for that reason, my art piece doesn't complete without an audience. My art and you resonate in your way, not necessary to feel what you think artistic or sound smart. Don't be an arty, but imagine what you could see in your mind through the art. Observe it. That's very beautiful. And if you could do that, my art piece is complete. Maybe you would talk about what you expressed here today and maybe about the visually impaired with art to someone else after this meeting. That is one of the phenomena that I hope will happen with my art, because you might pay attention to the visually impaired or about the visually impaired when you were at the museum from now on. You just didn't know about it before, and now you know. That's new beginning of you. So it's flowers blooming.
Thank you so much. So now you will show the second art.
Yes. Eh, can you see this screen?
One more time, please. Can you share?
Yeah, I'm sharing it.
Not yet. Can you do it one more time?
Okay. Eh, Hmm.
Thank you so much, Yoko, showing
Thank you
us.
for being a part of my art today.
Yes, it was great. Thank you so much. It was a very different experience to see the art like this and also listen to the music and feel it in the, you went to different space. I'm just wondering what others are thinking and feeling.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, maybe we go back to the gallery view.
Yes.
Yes, go back. Maybe you can all come back if you don't mind to be on the video. あ、もし録画に入っていいようだったら顔見せてください。これで、展覧会は、終わりです。あとなんかこう感想とか、急にね、なんか見終わった後急にっていうのはどうかわかんないけど、何か言いたい人がいれば。And Tina, if you want to say something to Yoko, you are welcome to just unmute yourself. Or
Because I'm curious what the audience felt or thought about my art or what you got in your mind. Maybe anything, if you have something.
なんか今のね、もう見たばっかりなのでどうかわかんないけど、何かこう、陽子ちゃんに聞いてみたいこととか、なんか、もしある人がいれば。Maybe any questions as well, if you have. Maybe they are in the room. あ、ゆりちゃん、どうぞ。
作品にかかる期間とかっていうのは大体どのくらいですか？
これは
Yeah, how long does it take time to do this art?
About this work, I spent almost 2 years and still ongoing. So I don't know how long will it be. And the second work, the three
あ、ちょっ
pieces,
と待って。これは、一つ目の作品は、まだ今も作り続けているので、これが完成品ではありませんということです。で、これから二つ目の作品について、はい、お願いします。
the second work, I spent about, same about 2 years, but it's not every day I continuously work on it. Sometimes I just leave them. And because having the third perspective for my own work is quite important. So I often do that. So totally 2 years, but not every day working for that.
2つ目の作品も2年ぐらいかかりました。毎日ね、作っているわけではないんですけれども、やっぱりその間の考えている時間とか感じている時間とかっていうのもすごく自分にとっては必要なので、2年ぐらいはね、かかります。他にありますか？ Is there any other questions or はい、あきこちゃんどうぞ。
すごい面白い体験をさせてもらってありがとうございました。家にいるのになんか家からどっかに飛んでったようなそんな感覚に一瞬陥って、なんかこれを作ってる時ってどんなことを考えて、なんか直感なのか、それとも何か考えるものがあって作ってるのかっていうのがすごい、陽子さんの頭の中がすごく見たくなりました。 どの作品に対してでも一つ、どれか一つ答えやすいもので。
Thank you for showing us and thank you for this experiment. And even though I'm at home, I got fantastic experience. And I got very curious about your mind. How do you, what is your, yeah, what can I say? In your mind when you make this art. それでいい、あきこちゃん。
うん。
Thank you.
あ、OK。はい。
It was very good question because I myself don't know exactly what I was thinking about because when I got just a random idea, then I just felt like starting something. Then I start and I don't know what will it be like. So I don't know, it's quite difficult to explain it, but it's like I am a kind of a tube, and I got the inspiration from somewhere up through my body and to the fingers. So then when I see on the fabric or anything, I can see the work is going on. So that's my experience for creating art. So I don't see the goals.
ようこちゃん、じゃあそれを自分の言葉で日本語でもお願いします。
自分自身で作ってる時も全然どうなるかとかが分かってなくて、どう作りたいかとかも全然想像ができてないんだけれども、なんかまるで自分がチューブなんかマカロニみたいなチューブになってて、そこのどっか上の方から何かインスピレーションが来て自分を通ってって、で手の先からそれがなんかこう伝わって何かを作っているっていう状態になるから、自分でもそれが一体どういうふうになるかとかがあんまり分かってなくて作ってます。だから私自身もすごい楽しい。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。すごい面白い回答。なんか宇宙の声を作品に表してるみたいな。
マカロニになりたいっていつも思って。
面白いですね。
ね、very interesting. How about other people? ヒロさん、どうぞ。
Hi, thank you so much, Yoko-san, sharing your art. Thank you. It was like a kind of a trance with your art combined with nice music. So and I felt very relaxed and almost forget about the moment where I am. So, and I was very curious watching your art behind of you. How did you make, is it textile fabric all over your art?
あきこさん。
ヒロさん、日本語でも言って。
あ、そっか。何言ったっけなんだっけ。トランスになったような感じですごくリラックスできました。特に、アートを見ながら、音楽も、とてもマッチしていて、心地よかったです。そして、日本語が下手くそ。いや、英語もそうだけど、そのアートはどのように作られてるのかとっても気になりました。布なのか、刺繍なのか、ペイントなのか。
はい。First of all, these stars. these stars, I bought them from the Mon Hill tribe women. They made these stars as a patchwork by hand. It's a vintage. Nowadays, people don't do that. So it's quite difficult to find it in the market. So I've been living here in Chiang Mai for over 10 years. And from the beginning, I was really fascinated about this work. So I've been collecting those and wanted to do something with my art. So I sold these patterns on the fabric. This black material is just a regular fabric, cotton fabric. And these spaces in between stars, I kind of do the embroidery, but not with hand, with a regular needle. It's a special needle called punch needle. You can Google it later. So it's like stuck in needle and the thread go up and down with the kind of loose. So it's like a carpet. So if you touch this object feels like a carpet on the floor. The thread is just a cotton thread. あ、そうか。この星が北帯に住む、ごめんなさい、ちょっと頭が山岳民族のモン族っていう種類の山岳民族の女性たちが昔手縫いでパッチワークみたいにして星を作ってたんです。でも今はなんかそういうことをする若い人たちとかいないので時間もないし、それで普段今の現代はみんな買っちゃうんですよ、工場で作ったのとかを。でも私すごいこの仕事がすごい素敵だなと思って10年以上前から見つけたら買うようにして集めてたんです。でいつか自分のアートの作品の中に入れたいなって思って集めてたのをここに散りばめて、でその星と星の間が同じこれ黒い生地なんですけど、生地の上に一応刺繍をしてるんですけど、刺繍がただ普通の針で縫っていくんじゃなくってパンチニードルっていうすごく大きいなんか特別な道具みたいなのがあって、Google で見てもらうとすぐ出てくるのでちょっと面白いので見てもらって、でそれを使ってなんか刺していくとその糸が上と下にこうループを作るようにして出来上がるのがなんかカーペットみたいな感じになるので、実際これを触ってもらうと床に置いてるカーペットみたいな手触りになります。
Thank you so much, Yoko-san. I now understand it takes 2 years and then still going on. So I'm looking forward to see continue your art.
Yeah, thank you.
ありがとうございます。ちょうど時間なんですけれども、はい。皆さん、今日はありがとうございました。もしもっとあれば、もうちょっといてもいいんですけれども、もうね、時間なので、出られる方は、どうぞ出てくださいっていうか、ありがとう。で、ようこちゃん、最後に、はるさん。す
ごい素敵だった。
ありがとうございます。
奥行きがすごくて、飛び出てるのか、引っ込んでいるのか分からなくなったり、すごいスペーシーでこう旅する感じだった。すごかった。
ありがとう。なんか音楽と一緒にやると特にそういう感覚に陥る、さっきヒロさんがトランス状態っていうのが、そういうなんかこう影響が出てくるのがすごい分かって、でそれが自分が作ってる時もそんな感じで作ってるから、みんなも体験してくれたら面白いのになと思いました。
もうね、なだらかになったり、ぐーっと引っ込んだり、うわーっと出たり、散りばまって、なんかこう広がったり、集まったり、こうなんか自分がどこにいるのかちょっと分かんなくなりましたね。トランスしましたね。すごい。
素晴らしい。
素晴らしいです。ありがとう。
Tina, would you like to say something before you go? Or...
First of all, really appreciate that you're speaking English and Japanese, so I'm getting everything, I think.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah, and I'm one of those who, even as a little kid, but even when I grew up, I would be, as you said, I'd be at a museum and I'm like, oh, I want to touch that. And like you said, you're not allowed, you know, it's not, no, you can't do that. And I found the second exhibit with the flowers, I was like, what does that feel like? You know, and I have my rice in the bowl and, you know, I'm listening to the music, but I'm thinking, I wonder, does that feel soft or does it feel, you know, how would it feel with my fingers? And I'm imagining someone who's visually impaired would really enjoy the textures of those, the second exhibit, and just I found myself wondering, those who are blind, what colors do they imagine? You know, it really evoked in me a sense of, I wonder, is something maybe is cool or warm, that would feel, you know, through I imagine a flower in their mind. It's really interesting. Yeah, so thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm so happy to hear that from you, because that was exactly the aim that I want the audience think about it. If we don't know about the visually impaired, how they experience it, we probably won't know for forever. It's not we ignore it. It's we just don't know. So I was thinking, if I could make the opportunity for both of them, so that's just fine. Just getting know each other, like getting know your friends, but getting know the people with the different backgrounds, but cultures. So just I want you. I want my art will be the kind of trigger to you wonder, start to wonder something you didn't know before.
Yeah, yeah, and I felt like the music really went with, because it was kind of meditative, you know, it very yeah, the tones were very relaxing, as someone else said too. So really appreciating this experience. Thank you. Arigato.
ありがとう。
ありがとう。みんなもう大丈夫かなはい。では、みんな、ヨコちゃんに、音出してありがとうとか言って。Please unmute yourself and before you go. どうぞ音出してください。
ありがとう。
ありがとう。
ありがとうございまし
あり
た。
がとうございました。
すごい素敵でした。
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye all.
とても楽しか
Thank
っ
you,
た
Yoko-san.
です。
あ、よかった。
Bye.
バイバイ。
バイ。
バイバイ。